Zigbee and Z-Wave have been the workhorses of serious smart homes for over a decade. With Matter and Thread rising in 2026, are they still worth choosing for new installations? The answer is more nuanced than the marketing suggests. According to Statista's 2025 Smart Home Protocol Report, Zigbee installed base is over 2 billion devices globally, Z-Wave is 140 million. Let me start with the basics. Both Zigbee and Z-Wave are mesh protocols designed for low-power IoT devices. They're not Wi-Fi. They use less battery, they form self-healing networks, and devices act as repeaters extending range through a house. Both predate Matter by over a decade and have mature ecosystems with thousands of products. Zigbee operates at 2.4 GHz, the same band as Wi-Fi. This is good for global compatibility because the band is unlicensed worldwide. The downside, Zigbee can interfere with Wi-Fi, especially older 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi networks running on overlapping channels. The Zigbee channel can be configured, but most users don't bother and pay for it in reliability. Z-Wave operates at much lower frequencies, around 900 MHz in North America and 868 in Europe. These lower frequencies have better range and don't interfere with Wi-Fi. The trade-off is regional fragmentation. A Z-Wave device sold for the US won't work in Europe. Plan accordingly if you're an expat or move internationally. Range and penetration. Z-Wave wins on individual hop range. About 100 feet line of sight, with better wall penetration than Zigbee. Zigbee individual hops are around 70 to 90 feet line of sight, less through walls. But Zigbee mesh tends to be denser because Zigbee devices include repeaters in nearly every powered device, while Z-Wave repeaters are more selective. Here's the catch. The mesh density makes Zigbee networks more reliable for large homes once you have 10+ devices. Z-Wave mesh works well in mid-sized homes but can struggle in long ranches or multi-story Victorians where signal must hop through more walls. According to a 2023 SmartThings developer report, Z-Wave reliability complaints were 3 times higher than Zigbee in homes over 3,000 square feet. Device selection matters more than raw protocol comparison. Zigbee has the larger ecosystem, with over 4,000 certified products as of late 2025. The big brands include Acura, IKEA Tradfri, Hue, which uses Zigbee internally, Sonoff, and Sangled. Z-Wave has a more curated catalog with around 2,500 products, but the average product quality is higher because Z-Wave's certification is stricter. Z-Wave's strict certification works for and against it. The pro is reliability. Z-Wave devices interoperate well across brands because the standard is enforced. The con is innovation lag. New device types arrive on Zigbee first because the certification path is faster. Smart locks and security devices specifically tend to favor Z-Wave because the standard security model is mature. Hub options. Both protocols need a hub. The Samsung SmartThings station supports both Zigbee and Z-Wave plus Matter and Thread. About $200. The EOTech Smart Home Hub is a SmartThings rebrand and supports both. The Hubitat Elevation is a power user favorite with stronger local processing for around $150. The Home Assistant Yellow with EOTech dongle supports everything for around $250. If you're picking a single hub for an existing mixed protocol smart home, the SmartThings station is the most flexible commercial option. The Hubitat is the second pick if you want stronger local automation processing without depending on Samsung's cloud. Home Assistant for the truly DIY inclined. Each tier represents different time investment willingness. Battery life is a real differentiator. Zigbee battery-powered devices like motion sensors and contact sensors typically claim 2 to 4 years on a CR2450 coin cell. Real-world results match. Z-Wave battery devices claim 3 to 7 years on similar batteries, with field reports often confirming the claims. Z-Wave's lower power radio gives it an edge in battery-only scenarios. Now the elephant in the room, Matter. The new protocol launched in 2022 specifically to unify the smart home. Matter runs over Wi-Fi, Thread, or Ethernet. It does not run over Zigbee or Z-Wave directly. Some Zigbee hubs bridge devices into Matter, exposing them to Apple Home, Google Home, and Alexa. The Aqara M3 hub is one example. Should you start a new smart home with Zigbee or Z-Wave in 2026? For most users, my answer is no. Start with Matter and Thread for new builds. The interoperability is genuinely better, the future is clearer, and the gear is similar in price. Add Zigbee or Z-Wave only when a specific device you need is not available in Matter yet, which is increasingly rare. Here's the catch. If you have an existing Zigbee or Z-Wave investment, don't throw it out. Both protocols will be supported by major hubs through at least 2030 by manufacturer commitments. The transition will be gradual. Run a hybrid hub like SmartThings Station and add Matter devices alongside your existing fleet. Replace Zigbee and Z-Wave devices only when they fail. Smart locks deserve special attention. The most reliable smart lock platforms still depend on Z-Wave Plus or the newer Z-Wave Long Range. Schlage Encode, Yale Assure, August Smart Lock, all leading brands have strong Z-Wave product lines. Matter-compatible smart locks like the Aqara U200 and Schlage Encode Plus arrived in 2024, but the long history with Z-Wave gives them an edge in reliability data. In my own setup, I run a hybrid. Critical devices like locks and core security on Z-Wave because of the maturity. Lights, plugs, and bulbs on Matter. Motion sensors and contact sensors split between Zigbee and Matter Thread depending on what was available when I bought them. The SmartThings Station handles all three protocols and brings them into Apple Home through Matter bridging. Common pitfalls when starting with Zigbee. Channel conflicts with Wi-Fi. Set your Zigbee hub to channel 15, 20, or 25, and your Wi-Fi to channels 1, 6, or 11. They overlap less. According to a 2023 SmartThings reliability report, channel optimization alone improved network stability by 40% in dense urban environments where neighbor Wi-Fi is heavy. Common pitfalls with Z-Wave. Including devices in security mode S2 versus the older insecure mode. Most modern hubs default to S2 for security, but some legacy devices only support insecure or S0. Mixing them in the same network can degrade performance. Read each device's spec carefully. Newer Z-Wave long-range devices have better security and longer range but require Z-Wave long-range capable hubs. Wi-Fi versus mesh protocols. Some smart devices like Tapo plugs and Eufy cameras use Wi-Fi directly instead of Zigbee or Z-Wave. Wi-Fi devices don't extend the mesh and consume more router capacity. According to a 2024 study by Plume, the average smart home with 30 Wi-Fi smart devices saw a 15% reduction in main network speed during peak usage. Mesh protocols don't have this issue. If you have a large house, mesh protocols are not optional. They're essential. A 3,000 square foot two-story home with 30+ smart devices on pure Wi-Fi is a recipe for slow speeds and reliability problems. Add Zigbee or Z-Wave for the sensors, switches, and bulbs and keep Wi-Fi for cameras and entertainment devices. The traffic separation is meaningful. Migration tools. If you're moving from one Zigbee hub to another, the Zigbee touch link and reset procedures are documented. Plan to factory reset and repair every device. Annoying but reliable. Z-Wave replication is a network feature that lets you copy a network from one hub to another without repairing every device. Major time saver if your hub fails or you upgrade. Future support timelines. Zigbee 3.0 is the current standard, supported indefinitely by major manufacturers. The Connectivity Standards Alliance, which now manages both Matter and Zigbee, has committed to supporting Zigbee 3.0 through at least 2035. Z-Wave Long Range is the newer standard for Z-Wave, with similar long-term commitments from Silicon Labs. What changes Matter doesn't make. Local processing. Zigbee and Z-Wave both run entirely on local hubs without internet dependence. Matter over Thread can do this too, but Matter over Wi-Fi often phones home. If you specifically want a smart home that works during internet outages, Zigbee and Z-Wave on a local hub is still the most mature route, even compared to Matter Thread. Final recommendations. Starting fresh in 2026, prioritize Matter Thread devices when available. Add Zigbee or Z-Wave for specific gaps. Choose a hub that supports all three so you have flexibility as the market evolves. Invest in a SmartThings station, Hubitat elevation, or home assistant setup. Don't lock into protocol-specific hubs that can't adapt. Existing Zigbee or Z-Wave smart home in 2026, you're fine. Keep what works. Don't panic replace functional devices. Just add Matter for new purchases and run a hub that bridges everything. The next 5 years will be a gradual transition, not a hard cutover. The hobbyists fretting about their Zigbee bulbs in 2030 are wasting energy that should go to actual home improvements. Subscribe to Espacio Intelligent and hit the bell. Next week's setup goes deeper into Home Assistant versus paid alternatives, the real comparison of when self-hosted makes sense versus paying for SmartThings or Apple Home Plus. Drop a comment with which protocol your current smart home uses, and I will share specific upgrade paths for your situation.